guys, Zach here coming at you today, Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video. Send us some love, some positive vibes your way. As always here on the channel, especially if you need them out there today. Today, we're going to look at the new Fusion gameplay for the first time. It's a world exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. We have Noldula the Glooming. She's the Dark Elf. Obviously, she's the Fusion champion. I just put up a community tab poll, by the way, for you guys. And most of you guys, at least at the time of this recording, do appear to be going for her. Here we go. Yes, 52% of the first 4,000 or so of you guys who voted are actually going to go for her. I wonder if more of you will be compelled to go for this Fusion after this video, or maybe less of you guys. So we have Noldula, and of course, we're going to go ahead and take a look at her boyfriend. It's Solinar the Gleaming, or as I like to call him, Flamehead. Burn, baby, burn. Burn, 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 baby, burn. Oh, sorry about that. Get a little carried away. Flamehead. He's just missing a pair of wings, but he looks incredible. Both his kit, visually, aesthetically, and practically in terms of what he's doing here. So my intention in this video, guys, this is the test server. This is the dev build here. My intention is to obviously focus mainly on the Fusion, but I have to play them together at some points, right? Honestly, the Fusion herself, Noldula, she's a pretty easy champion to, like, understand, right? I like the direction that they've been going with these revivers in the game. Not every reviver needs to be exactly the same, right? Given the same buffs, the same AoE revive, and that's about it. Noldula is different. She actually reminds me a tiny bit, at least in terms of what they're trying to do with a Venalicia, excuse me. Venalicia, she has before attacking removes all buffs from all enemies and then places a block buffs and a decreased defense. She also has an AoE revive, right? On her A1, she has a weaken, and then she has that pain link on her passive. She's an incredible reviver. And honestly, Noldula is very reminiscent of Venalicia, right? Noldula is a Force Affinity champion. She's got an AoE buff removal. She's placing a decreased defense. If Solinar is on the same team, she has increased attack on the same move, 3-turn cooldown when booked. She's got the Enfeeble on the A1, which is absolutely nasty in PvP. 75% chance, or 80 with a Sniper Mastery, to get that Enfeeble landed on the A1. Great move, especially on a 2-turn duration. So annoying. You can really neutralize, you know, a Marius or whoever, right? Especially blue affinity champions as well, get rid of or not have to worry as much about a Nice or something like that in the arena. Also, for PvE content, she's placed in the big version of Weaken, which parlays beautifully with the AoE decreased defense that she brings on her A2 with the buff removal. We saw the same thing with Hilvi. Buff removal, and in her case, freeze. But buff removal is kind of the new theme, the new kind of jam on the revivers they've been adding to the game. She has an AoE revive, of course, 50% HP, 50% turn meter with the shield, which is really nice. And then she has the Scholar of Shadows. All turn meter fill effects by enemies that are 30% less effective. Might not sound like much. That's actually really, really nice to have innately built into her passive, okay? She brings accuracy in all battles as well. She's actually going to get a little turn meter steal, or a turn, not even steal, excuse me, but it fills this turn meter 30% of the enemy's turn meter if Solinar's on the same team, which is pretty damn cool as well. If Solinar's on the same team, it can't be resisted, the buff removal. If Solinar's on the same team, the decreased defense can't be resisted, you get the increased attack, and nothing can get resisted on the A1 if Solinar the Gleaming is on the team. Now, I built her today with accuracy. If you don't have to build her with accuracy because you have Solinar, and I'm not going to pretend like anybody's going to who's watching this video, but it opens up tremendous possibilities with this champion, Noldula, right? Because at that point, you don't need accuracy at all. Especially in the arena, you need a lot of it. So it's a huge, 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 like, combo play. Both these champions together are going to be busted. New power couple and Raid Shadow Legends, right? Because you don't have to worry about accuracy. You can just worry about making her super, super, super freaking tanky. Speaking of tankiness, 108 base speed, we love to see that. Her defense is okay. Her HP is okay as well. You can make her a ton of HP and then get a huge shield on this A3 ability as well. So you have a lot more flexibility. You can even throw some resist in there. A lot of things you can do if they're on the same team. Let me show you the build that we're going to be using in today's video, and then I'll quickly show you how I built Solinar as well. Very, very interesting champion. But Nodula, I put her in Stone Skin in Supersonic. Now, of course, I wanted to put her in 9-piece Mercurial, but even on the dev build, they didn't give us Mercurial gear, and I don't have it on my account for the Dark Elf faction, so I couldn't do that. So I put her in Supersonic and in Stone Skin. Supersonic gear is fantastic on her for the same reason it's great on Hilvi, right? She has that buff removal, just like any buff removal champion, a Fabian, for example, right? Going in there after they get buffed up is going to be tremendous. We go in there and we remove the buffs, provided, of course, they're not protected. So Supersonic is fantastic on her. And I have Stone Skin, again, obviously, for protection. I put on, like, decent gear on her, nothing too crazy. HP, accuracy on the banner. I have speed on the boots. I have accuracy on the chest, but, of course, it would be replaced by HP if Solinar was on the same team. Now, I did have to sacrifice a lot of HP and survivability to get accuracy on the chest. I would use this build in the arena if I didn't have Solinar, but I would just go HP percentage, obviously, in PvE. I have HP on the gauntlets as well. I do have a Wand of Submission, level 12 on her for a relic, and I have Lightning Cage on her as a blessing. These are the masteries that we went with. Of course, again, leaning into the accuracy. Of course, if you had Solinar, you could go with Timely Intervention, or if you just wanted to focus on her as a really strong, robust reviver, you could go with Timely Intervention as well. I went down with Cycle of Revenge to get that turn meter when we need it. Also, I went with Wisdom of Battle and Resurgent for a lot of debuff protection on her kit. Solinar is very interesting. He has a very strong AoE on the A1, hits pretty hard with fatigue there as well. Now check this out. 100% chance to counterattack with this skill whenever an enemy gets an extra turn or has an instant turn. Has a 15, make it a 35% chance when booked to counterattack with this skill whenever an enemy has their turn meter increased. It's absolutely just, it's ridiculous, right? Always critical. All of his moves are always critical if Nodula is on the same team. So the thing about Solinar is I built him with no crit rate because I mean, if you're gonna go for Nodula, if you think you've got any shot at getting Solinar on your account. I saw that Scratch put out a video thinking that it's gonna be a guaranteed void shard pull for Solinar at some point. I didn't watch the video, so I'm not sure why he thinks that, but just letting you guys know about that. Attack one enemy. Check out this A2. Always critical, ignore 10% of the target's defense for each buff on this champion, okay? This champion is immune to all debuffs while this skill is not on cooldown. Whenever an enemy attempts to place a debuff on this champion while this skill is not on cooldown, this champion gains just a random buff. What? Dude, the way I look at this ability is, first of all, it smacks. So I am tempted to use it, especially if he has a lot of buffs on him. But part of me is just like, yeah, we don't even need to use this bad boy. We'll just be immune to all debuffs, and we'll gain random buffs just frequently throughout the duration of the match. On his Unfettered Radiance, he steals 100% of the turn meter, as well as all their buffs if they're not under Stone Skin. Guess what? Can't be resisted. Even if Nodula is not on the team, it can't be resisted. So you don't need accuracy. You do need accuracy for the fatigue on the A1, however. But check this out, guys. He ignores Stone Skin if they're under Stone Skin, so ignore Stone Skin champion. He receives 75% less damage on extra turns or instant turns while this skill is not on cooldown. While this skill is on cooldown, reduces the cooldown by 1 turn whenever an enemy receives an extra turn, has an instant turn, or has their turn meter increased. What? That's nasty. It's just nasty. That allows you to basically oscillate from the AoE on the A1 to the A3. You reduce the turn. You don't even have to use the A2 if you don't want to. A lot of cool things about this champion, man. Scholar of the Sun, whenever an enemy receives healing, he has a 100% chance to reduce that healing to 0. Okay. This champion will receive that healing instead. And that's without Nodula. If Nodula is on the same team, Nodula. So if Nodula is on the same team, enemies will receive damage equal to the amount of healing instead. What? Oh, my word. Once per round, if this champion is dead, revives this champion 100% HP, 100% turn meter when their last living ally is killed. Then places a Magma Shield on them for 2 turns. The value of the Magma Shield is 300% of this champion's max HP. If Nodula is on the same team, that buff is protected, ladies and gentlemen. He is attacking all battles. I give him a Crushing Rend. He's at 5-star Awakened. I could have gone 6-star, but I want to make this somewhat realistic. I went 5-star Awakening on both these champions. I went Crushing Rend on him, and I went with Helm Smasher for him as well. Now, Of course, when I built him, I threw on a merciless 6-piece for 35% ignore defense. I threw on a crit damage just to make the point that, hey, we don't need to worry about crit rate. This allows me to build him with 425% crit damage and 9,000 freaking attack. Oh my word. Why? Because I went for my gear that just has a lot of crit damage and attack. I didn't care at all about crit rate on this dude whatsoever. Crit damage, I got a little bit of it, but golly, what a beast. All right, so that's going to be the masteries on him as well. And yeah, we went with Gore Crescent because everybody's about to have a Gore Crescent. Did you guys vote on Gore Crescent? I didn't. I went for the second one. Totally drawing a blank right now. Now it's bothering me, and I can't because it's the dev build. So yeah, it's not. It really is not here. Essence Quencher. Essence Quencher is what I voted for, but I am in the vast minority there. All right, guys, let's jump into it. You saw the builds. I'll have timestamps for you guys on everything if you want to jump around if you don't really care. But let's go ahead and just take a quick look at these champions together, get acquainted with their mechanics, what their skills look like, the animations, and whatnot. So here it is. We got Flamehead, burn, baby, burn, and we have our girl, Naldula. So you can see, I mean, you can see the damage is not bad from that A1. Granted, level 275, you can see on the mobs there, but all those counterattacks that he has, or those instant attacks on the A1, super handy as well. Take a look at his damage on the on the single target attacks. He absolutely smacks, and he doesn't even get the buff bonus because he doesn't have any, or now he does, but you can see big numbers there. Granted, just Arcane Keep stage 20, but just to get acquainted with these champions, I want to go ahead and throw them into an Iron Twins team. I threw Executioner for the decreased speed, Donnie for more of amazing crap, right? And I decided to take Solinar out of this one, but don't worry, we'll see, excuse me, plenty of him in today's video. Really cool. I want to, of course, ask you guys, I'm just going to put it on auto here. I want to ask you guys if you think this is the new power couple in Raid. Like, are they better than Taurus and Marichka? I'm not ready to go that far, but golly, really busted when they're together. So why are we showing Iron Twins here? I just wanted to kind of point out to you guys the obvious, which is this is a reviver who brings against bosses a weaken and a decreased defense and buff removal and revive. There's quite a lot that's going on in her kit, and it's excellent to have the decreased defense and a weaken from a reviver. You know, we always talk for years and years in Raid Shadow Legends about looking for champions that can fill 2 roles with 1 champion. Now, traditionally, support champions like revivers, it's always healing or block debuffs, which, by the way, side rant here, block debuffs, like, what have they done to that buff, right? Like, somebody internally was like, you know what we have to do, guys? We just have to just basically make block debuffs totally useless, because, like, 20 recent champions have a skill. It started with, like, what, Nell's passive, and then, like, half the assassins, like, everybody ignores block debuffs now. It's really weird. I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. Anyway, pretty cool to have that sort of a skill set from a reviver on Naldula. Come on, Ash. It's not that hard, bro. It's not that hard. Let's go ahead and show her also really quickly in Faction Wars. Obviously, in areas like Grim Forest, in Curse City, as well as in Faction Wars, which I actually, on the dev build here, I have them all open, man. My eyes. We're going to go to Faction Wars Hard, stage 21. I'm just going to throw her in there with, you know, whatever. I was going to say, like, a pretty accessible team, aka +4 Foley and whatever the heck. But I want to throw her in here to make a point here. She's going to be excellent in Faction Wars. Now, even if you have Blind Seer, I think you can use them both together because they bring, to my earlier point, they bring things that are quite unique, right? They both bring, of course, a revive, which is handy if one of the revivers goes down. But Blind Seer has a very support traditional kit, whereas we still have that decreased defense, that weaken, the decreased defense on the AoE, buff removal for a situation like this, which would be really nice if I didn't have it on auto in the background there. We're definitely going to have to use a revive at the very least. And there's the revive. Let's see. Does she have that A2 available right now? We love to take those buffs off the enemies. So let's see. And she does. really nice to have that from, again, from your reviver, going in there, removing buffs and neutralizing, or at least not neutralizing. That would be like a CC debuff, but you guys get my point. Go in there and make sure that we can change the tempo in our favor. And that's exactly what you get with buff removal and a decreased defense. We put the opponents right where we want them, right? So this will apply to Grim Forest, to Curse City, basically everywhere in the game. You can utilize a champion certainly like that, like this, excuse me. The AoE buff removal, as well as that decreased defense, makes her a great option for Hydra Clan Boss as well. She can be your debuffer and your reviver in areas like Chimera Clan Boss as well. So here we are against the final boss, and you can see she's starting out by just dishing out an Enfeeble. Obviously can't land the Enfeeble on bosses, but you sure can neutralize boss minions with that 2-turn Enfeeble on her A1 ability. Now we have block damage on the boss. Can we go in there and remove it? Nodula. Man. All right, come on. Get in there. Get in there. All right, there we go. See? It's just nice. I mean, you guys know what decreased defense and buff removal is, so I'll come back to you at the end, towards the end of this battle, and we'll move on over to the arena. You know, we got to see these champions together in the arena. Be right back. All right, guys, didn't take long at all. I don't know, how do you guys feel about these champions being in different factions, you know? Hey, look at that. I wish that speed glyph was on my real account. Oh, man. I won't lie to you guys. The first thing I did with the dev build, I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm going to say it because you guys would probably do the same. But the first thing I did was I ran some faction wars to see if I could predict what I was going to get. And then I leveled up an artifact to see if I did it on the dev build, would it give me the same result? Or if I craft something, would it be the same thing on my real build? Or if I rolled up whatever, you know? Alas, though, unfortunately, everything that I do here, apparently in Raid, the way that it works is when you open a chest or when you open a shard, for example, it happens at the moment that you do the action. It's not like, you know, predestined, right? So anyway, thought I'd share that with you guys. Not that you really care, but in case you were curious, because that's the first thing that I did. All right, let me go ahead and let's just get into the arena here. No, you know what? Real quick, it'll take us 2 seconds. Let's just go against I was going against the Magma Dragon, just kind of with the duo here, so you can see them together in a different environment, because we didn't run together in Iron Twins. But you can see, look at that A1. I mean, granted, level 180 mobs here, but kind of a delete button on the A1. Those multipliers are pretty freaking healthy. We go right in there with the weekend, obviously, with the A1. And now we're just going to go ahead and just basically, I have Vogoth on the team, so he can maybe dish out a provoke, help us out a little bit. If not, he can help us out with healing. Hey, we lose him. It's okay. He's going to revive. Maybe we'll lose everybody and he can revive again and show you how he revives himself with 100% turn meter, 100% HP. But you can see damage is pretty nice from this dude. And little Vogoth. So what are we missing on Naldua? What's the downside on her? Well, obviously, a champion that has buff removal, cool passive like that. I mean, we already know her kid. We're lacking any of the support we normally get from revivers, right? That's the downside, the other end, or the other side, excuse me, of the proverbial coin here. So when it's not the end of the world, it's fine. But when you run her, you want to make sure, obviously, when you're assembling a team, that you put her with somebody who can dish out some heals, right? I'm probably stating the super obvious here. Same thing with Solinar. Is that his damn name? I'm sorry. It's the day that they get introduced to the game. Same thing with her husband. He has a lot going for him. It's hard to say that there's any downsides, but he doesn't have a traditional damage failsafe, meaning he doesn't have that block damage or something like that when he's about to receive a fatal hit. Luckily, he does have a reviver who's a freaking companion champion and that passive, so he's still pretty good, but you do have to consider his survivability, alongside him, the team that you're building him with. Obviously, they don't have any heals when you put them together, but Solinar, yeah, he gets the job done. Pretty beast of a freaking champion. Talk about, man, I don't want to say power creep, but man, talk about another power couple being added to the game, right? The last that we've got that was this good, it was really, I guess, Hilvi and Tormund, even though Tormund was already in the game. So you could probably say the same thing about Lady Noelle and Sir Nick, right? But then before that, it was obviously Siffi and Rhodos and Taurus and Marichka. Okay, so here we are in the dev build in Platinum Arena. But this is Platinum Arena against, honestly, a bunch of creators, I'm just going to say it, that probably haven't changed their defensive teams in a long freaking time. So I'm just going to go against whoever I have here, but I'm just going to two-man it, or one, whatever. I'm just going to two-champion this bad boy. Here we go. and we'll see what we can do. I don't know if we'll win, but whatever. So we get locked out immediately, but look at that AoE on that A1. Obviously, the instant activation there, and now I can't revive right away, but he's going to revive himself, right? Keep that in mind. So we still might win here. Here he goes, and we have that AoE on the A1. We almost killed... Oh. And why did they... You might be asking yourself, dude, why did they die instantly, Ash? Well, how did that happen? Oh, I don't know. If anybody receives healing through any mechanism, they get damage instead. They get damage. He also had the magma shield, by the way. There was no healing in that last sequence. But between this passive, Scholar of the Sun, between the healing doing damage and then the magma shield in addition to that, it makes him a real pain to deal with. All right, guys, so I'm back. I figured we'd actually assemble somewhat of a real team together here. We're going to run Marichka and Donatello along with the duo and see how they do against a few of these squads that we have here in Platinum. I shouldn't even say Platinum Arena. I think we're here by default. So I could use Marichka as my turn meter booster. I'm going to go ahead and just beef up with the Protected Strengthen and then go in with Donnie. Let's go in here and remove some buffs. And you know what, guys? Let's just test out the A1 and just see what we can do here. Oh. Damn. Holy smokes, dude. That's really insane. That is really insane. Now, when Marichka died, he would have revived by his own passive or by Marichka's passive as well. Let's go against this squad here. That was nuts. That was his A1. And keep in mind that A1 instantly activates too. All right, now this is a team. Who are we going against here? They've got Magma Shield, Stone Skin, you name it. All right. Let's just boost. And let's boost some more. Let's try to remove some stuff. All right, we got a little bit of an opening here. All right, the cock goes, no big deal. We're already starting to counterattack. Counterattack again. Beautiful, man. That counterattack is just... Let's revive. You can see the revive is not awful, but I'm not going to lie to you. Uh-oh. Well, that's going to be an L. Well, the block revive, we can't get around that, and I show you the wins and I show you the losses. El Puro, congratulations, GG. Let's find another team here. Player something or other. Let's go against this one. But did you see those counterattacks, though, guys? That was pretty cool. All right. Again. Oh, my God. Dude, that one turn meter boost... Look at their health already. We've barely even done anything. Okay, I'm going to be real with you guys. I built him with the Merciless, figuring that we could just... Survivability wouldn't be that big of an issue. I want to build him with, obviously, Mercurial, with Total Guard, or I want to build this dude with Stone Skin, right? But I need some sort of survivability. My man's, like, just dying left and right. He does have that come back to life, which I thought would be just fine. But... I don't think it's just fine because everybody has to be dead first. He gets the revival before that Marichka revival procced. But my man's just doing all this work right now. I wish he got it after the fact. I wish he got that revive after the Marichka revive. But his revive takes precedent over a Marichka revive. I find that interesting here. All right, let's keep going here. Again, those counterattacks are so lethal. He just needs to sit there. Speed isn't a huge issue with this champion either, right? Survivability clearly is. Hey, we live and we learn, right? We live and we learn. Let's go in here with a boost. Let's get our reviver, Nadula, up and allow her to pick up our guy. The revive doesn't have like that block damage or like that guaranteed security on it. You can see that fatigue landing. Got that sleep in there. All we need is a turn. But man, just need some protection. Okay. So let's turn meter boost. Get a turn, buddy. Come on now. There we go. Swift parry procs on Carnage. Let's go in here and let's use this A3. And let's do it on Marichka. Keep in mind that they do have Harima for damage mitigation. Last laugh, delay the damage, damn it. All right, let's get in there with the A2, decrease defense. Let's buff everybody up here. Go through the motions again. Let's get that revive up. I think we're we're one turn away. Fantastic. Let's go in here. I mean, one thing I can tell you guys for sure. This one, we're going to oh, dude. Okay. I'm ready to say, Just the A1 is my favorite part of this synergy here. Just the A1. That A1. Dude, what? I'm sorry. I wanted this to be basically Testy HH, Hell Hades. Okay. All right, Hell Hades. Come out of retirement, buddy. All right. I miss the daily uploads from my man Hades. I do. Oh! Dude. He didn't even go. Man. And you know what? That's going to be very useful too if you're lucky enough to get this dude, right? But all those counterattacks will take down total guard really quick off your enemy team as well, right? Let's go against this squad here, man. I can't get enough of this. Just can't get enough. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Trigger that counterattack. What a nice setup too. Go in there. Want a submission proc on Siffy there. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and heal him up. And let's just go in here. Let's try again. I mean, I'm tempted to just go in with the damn A1, guys. But let's try that A3 again. Okay. They have obviously block damage, but he triggered his A1. Landed some fatigues. Another counterattack. Let's go with the A2, even though you kind of hate to do it. But let's just see if we can pop them. Nope. All right. We're going to reset our skills here. We're going to be just fine. Donnie comes in. Some turtle on turtle action. You guys like that? Huh? All right. We're totally fine here. We are totally fine. Here he goes. He's going to revive himself right now. Here he goes. Let's just A1 for the win. Boom! Oh, Solinar. Oh, Solinar. Oh, man, there's beast mode together. All right, guys, I just found some more creators, some more good teams. We've got Boozer. You're running the all-rare team, Boozer. You're going to run the all-rare team, Booze. I'm not even going to go against you. But what I do want to do is I want to up the ante. I want to go with a proper go-first strategy here. So I'm going to use my main booster in Lazarius, and we are going to go ahead and just, we're going to wreck some stuff. Give me some stuff to break. Oh, dude, I just can't with this, man. This is a new power couple for sure, man. This is going to change the game. This is going to change the game, this dynamic duo here, right? He does have one thing that he has ignore Stone Skin, but he has nothing else in terms of ignoring stuff, right? We're just going to go with the A3 there to take down Siffy. Nice damage there. No ignore block damage or anything like that. Ignore unkillable. But you can see he gets a lot of those counterattacks. Let's go ahead and revive. Keep in mind, we do get the other revive as well, right? The passive revive. Okay. I kind of don't even mind if Secrin revives, just because we're having fun anyway. Let's go ahead and petrify Embreeze. We'll go ahead and boost there. And then we'll chip away, enfeeble. Oh, man. You got to obviously keep in mind that enfeeble damage, or that enfeeble target, right? It's kind of like Naime's A1, how she has that move where you can neutralize nukers, but not as effectively as two-turn enfeeble. But, man, that's really nice to have in the arena, right? Okay, let's go in against, I don't know. Want to do one more team? We've done a lot of battles here, guys. Look at this squad here. Oh, yeah. Let's end with this one, guys. What do you say? All right, they got Joan, Theodosia, Marichka. I should have just boosted there, but we're still going to be kind of okay. They're all mythicals, obviously, so they all are going to have the... Ooh! Just look at the damage on the A1, man! He's pounding them down with the A1! It's all about the A1. It's all about the A1. Holy smokes. All right, we have the Ignore Stone Skin. Let's try to use it against Theodosia. Theodosia's down, man. We do have to, kill them 150 times here with Marichka and all this baloney. Let's go in and enfeeble the big fella. Look we can neutralize nice with her. Nice and easy. Pun intended. Nice and easy, right? Enfeeble, obviously, even with the counterattack and the block damage, we don't really care that much about it. Let's go ahead and just hit with the A1. I'll be real with you guys. The A1 is so effective on Solinar that you don't even have to worry as much about lockouts. You know, this is the crazy thing about this guy, right? Think about it. The lockouts on this champion, he's already going to trigger all those counterattacks anyway off the A1. You build them slow in attack percentage and Stone Skin, Lightning Cage, Mercurial if you have it, and he just pounds away with his A1. Oh, man. Say hello to the new meta, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, by the way, I think this is my first or second ever dev build spotlight of a fusion before they go live. So if you guys have any feedback for me how I can make these videos better for you all, I would greatly appreciate it in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this fusion, and let me know what you think of this tandem. Are they as strong as I think they are? I am blown away by that A1, absolutely. And I really love the A1 of Nadula as well. That Enfeeble comes in really handy, as we just saw there on that last nice battle. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.